All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. A give, running right is Mack. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, second and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. Here's Rodgers. Funches has it complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Kill. Hey,
on third and long, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Titan football.
Here we go. Come on. I don't think you got it, son.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Hundley. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Quit talking about it and bring it. 54.
On 1st down, Rodgers. To the right side to Eric Ebron. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, watch that.
To throw is Rodgers. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Let him know, let him know. That's it. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Come on, G. 57. Mike, 57. I got him.
Now Hundley. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. 53's the mark. 53.
Throwing, Hundley. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. 23 yards, the final tally. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
From just shy of midfield, Hundley. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Switch up.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second and 6. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Strip that ball. 57 for Mike. 57 for Mike. Go. Go.
They'll look to throw here. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Seth DeValve, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Ebron caught left side. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Kill, kill, kill. Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
No. 319. Second one. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
3rd down and 12.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Skip this.
Jim.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, it's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31-32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
He'll look to throw. They will find Davis. That's complete. 20, 10, touchdown Titans. Corey Davis, 79 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Second and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Oh, you got D? Check. Fresno. Hey, 88. Shit. Hey, Black.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 30.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Ebron with it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
51 to Mike, boys, 51.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he connects with Ebron. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mike, 318, 55. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Complete to Hilton. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet.
First carry for James Conner. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game impose. Its will.
At the Titans' 32-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
X3, 218, chopper.
Throwing now is Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
That's another Colts first down. First and 10.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now this time, Rodgers will throw. It's caught by Funchess. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, Delta.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 13-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. I got you.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, he's been the guy. Already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Get that quarterback. And all come. Let's go.
Back to throw here. He'll get that to devalve the tight end. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He completes it to Nelson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. J.J. Nelson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Get 300, get 300. Fight 51, Mike 51. Hey, I'm coming after you, I'm coming after you. 51's the Mike, 51's the Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Uncorks into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off at the 25. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got you, Pop.
Now Rodgers throwing again. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Hundley. And caught by Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. All right? Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now Hundley. They're hauling it in, Nelson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He completes it to Henry. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. 53. 53.
Looking to throw. Lets it go for Nelson. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Rodgers now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
To throw again. Rodgers. Funches has it complete.
Rodgers pass. Complete to Devin Funches. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Titans take over first down at their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And 5 at the 25-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Banogu make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. To the right side to Eric Ebron. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Come on. You better bring it.
Go.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to
Back north.
Get him.
And that'll set him back 5.
Green 18.
Right there in the middle. 55. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth.
I'm letting you know right now, you better. 30.
They'll run for it with Connor. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Green 18. Get the ball. Right there. Back. He's coming. We got 3
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Come get some.
Here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Hey, Echo.
51's the mic. Crunch time, defense.
Yeah, Liz.
51, Mike.
Rodgers now on third and goal. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Marr now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 30-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Set up. 57,
Again, it's Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here I come again.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. We want this. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Watch the pass.
Here's a second and 7. This will be caught by Brown. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Titans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
53. 53. Mike. Man, I got you.
Back to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed it to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Let's go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go.
Throwing, Hundley. Going underneath here, the tight end DeValve. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Hundley. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Mike spoke forward. Check, 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 check.
Now back to throw. And he's got him in, Corey Davis. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Hey. 4 down. Slam.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Jumper.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. So some pressure now on the kicker, Ryan Succop. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was a Easy chip shot.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
630.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Okay, Alpha.
Mike 55.
Now Rodgers. It's caught by Funchess. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
First down. First and 10 at the 43.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And no, it's no good. Rejected by the crossbar. What a heartbreaking finish. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Titans, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.